First, I would like to express my gratitude to Dr. Zhao Fan, who invited me to speak about the way how we are creating the exhibitions. So I think the problems we are facing always are the question what exhibition we are mounting, because it can be the permanent exhibition, especially in the museum like the Hermitage, and also temporal exhibitions. So it's completely different approach. And anyway, every time we are thinking of the exhibition, we speak of the same questions, every one of us. We are facing the people, and we have to answer their interests and their expectations. And we have to answer and to explain to them what, why, how, and so on and so on. And the main thing, I think, is geography, because I had many problems with visitors or with the people who were listening to my lectures that simply they don't understand where the spots and sites are located. For example, in the United States, I had a question after giving a talk. I mentioned Baikal, and so one of the questions was, St. Petersburg is standing on Baikal? So, you see, I think it's really one of the most important things. So geography, history, of course climate, we're speaking about the climate changes, chronology, and also how to show the pieces. So it's the design and auxiliary material that should correspond to the objects. Of course, all the exhibitions are based on the collections, and we are very happy in our museum that we have well, we are a universal museum, and different collections are complementing each other. Especially Central Asian collections, East Turkestan, Dunhuan, Mongolia, and collections of what we previously called Middle Asia. So it's our, well, previous republics like Uzbekistan, Tajikistan, and so on. So, as I said, the main thing is the map and the geography, and you have to show the general map and also to enlarge parts of the map to show where the site is located and where the Silk Route was going. So the time and travels and climate and all the things like that that we usually speak about, but the people really don't understand. They did not travel. They have not seen, for example, the moving sands. And if it's possible now with digital and with screens, with all kinds of devices, it's better to show all these things on the screen. So, as I'm in charge of the Dunhuan collection in the Hermitage, in 2013, we had to reopen and reconstruct the exhibition of the Silk Road and East Turkestan art that is preserved in our collection, and we are very rich in different kind of expedition and excavation materials. So I was dealing with Dunhuan. So how to show it again? The same thing. We have the real objects, the materials that were brought from Dunhuan by Oldenburg expedition, but also we have the material that was auxiliary or the work of the painters, topographers who were in the team of Oldenburg. And so these are modern photography, but of course we have old photographies. Also, to my mind, it's very important, and I put it in the form of the questions, what we are going to speak about. Shall we speak about the spreading of religion? Shall we speak about other sites connected to the material you are showing. So, to my mind, the story of spreading of Buddhism, of destruction of the spots is also very important. And because of that, to my mind, we should show things like destroyed Bamiyan, or the further caves and monasteries on the Silk Route, like Lunmen, made in different media, because this is a carved rock monastery, compared to Dunhuan, that is made in clay and loess and painted. And so should we speak about the problems of preserving Dunhuan? Yes, of course, because again, it's moving sense, and we know how the Dunhuan Academy now is helping to stop the sense going into the caves. So do we have to explain how the caves or the structure and the architecture was developed? Then we need to show the plans of the caves and explain how they are made and how they changed in the period of creation. Do we have to speak about the mystery? Always, to my mind, because it attracts people. People are fascinated by the discoveries, and so if we can show the old photographs and speak about, well, all these unbelievable discoveries that happened at the end of the 19th and beginning of the 20th century, of course we should do it. Should we speak about other explorers who went to the same spot? To my mind, yes. But again, all that we can place into the screen now, because again, the museum like ours has, it's huge, but we still have limited space. And it's the idea of the designer, to some extent. It's always a problem how the designer will put the material. Do we have to speak about Oldenburg himself? Because yes, of course, we have to. We have to show his portrait. We have to praise these people who did such a wonderful job and conducted the exploration and excavations. So really, we can combine old material and contemporary material, like the photographs, yes? So to show how it was, in what condition it was discovered. We are very lucky to possess the drawings and the maps, topography maps of Dunhuan, made by Oldenburg team just on the spot. And for example, this topographical map is 12 meters long. Can we show it? No, we can't. So again, digital, maybe, as a decision. We have all kind of material, and in all, we now exhibit 2 rooms of Dunhuan art. And we show sculptures, we show murals. Sorry, this is the drawing. Left is the drawing of the member of the expedition. We show murals. Again, do we have, they are only fragments. Do we have to explain to the people where they were located, where these bits, for example, this monk, Ashyapa, was in the cave on the mural, and why? Yes, I think we have, but again, this either to draw or to put on the screen. Otherwise, people simply don't understand. What I decided to place in the exhibition were the paintings of the painter Dudin, who was in the team of Oldenburg, and well, the right Buddha and the beautiful Bodhisattva are the gouache paintings of Dudin. We have these wonderful beasts, and also it was a question how to display them, and we didn't know where from what cave they came. So I started to do the research, and it was after we made the exhibition already. And so what happened, these beasts are original, and they come from the cave that looks like this now. This is the contemporary, modern photograph. And if you look at these sloppy beasts, you would never recognize our wonderful, wolves. We know that they are wolves that were made around 700 at the time of Wu Zetian, and they should be placed here, you see. So now is the question, do I have to put the photograph of this cave, or maybe what we were discussing with the Dunhuan Academy, maybe then they can recreate, made the copy in clay of these beasts and place them properly, yes, not these awful things. We all know that Dunhuan caves were painted several times, one layer over another like a sandwich. So what happened, the question, again, we have to exhibit according to the chronology, to the timeline. But how we can explain to the people that, for example, this wall of the cave was painted several times, has several layers, and, for example, these red painted apsaras and Buddhas were under the green layer, and they were in fragments taken to Russia. But also over the white line of monks, the donors, the officials were painted. And we have two portraits of the donors, officials, and they are much later. They are of the 10th century or even 11th century, and the original cave is of the 5th century. So no way. But the screen and the story and the movie on the screen. And as I said, we have different material in different media and of different periods. So we exhibit the paintings on hemp, on silk, on paper. We show all that. And I'm sorry again to pronounce that, but I think we are very generous because 2 rooms of Dunhuan can be seen all the time. In other museums, British Museum does not show Dunhuan collection. So also the collection of textiles. So I'm going to be very quick. And sometimes it's unique because we have this banner with a deer standing under the pomegranate tree, and thanks to collection in small pieces in British Museum, we could reconstruct the posture and the whole roundel with pair of deer standing under the tree. So this is one of the halls, one of the rooms, how it looks like. And again, the same thing we were just listening to Natalie. We have to stress, we have to attract attention to the pieces. They are very important. So my idea was to put everything on the red color background, corresponding to the colors of the murals of Dunhuan. So these are the views of the room. And I was very lucky to find the photograph of the first exhibition of Dunhuan that happened in 1934. When the idea was of Oldenburg, but he passed away already when the exhibition was opened. But you can see that he incorporated the photographs, the paintings, the maps, and the real pieces together. so we now display also the photographs, the topography, and 5 more minutes. So immediately after we made the exhibition of East Turkestan in the Hermitage, we were asked to do the exhibition in the Netherlands, in Amsterdam branch of Hermitage. And by the way, we are all, I don't know what, but it's written that we come from Amsterdam. So doing such an exhibition, no collaboration with other museums, only from the Hermitage, but the collaboration of different curators and of different collections. So we were facing with many other exhibitions, and we were, of course, looking at the Monk and Merchant exhibition of Judith and Annette Juliana, and of course the Susan Whitfield Silk Route exhibition in Belgium. But we had to create something new. And the brain of the exhibition was Dr. Kira Samasuk and also Pavel Luria. But this was the collaboration of 14 curators from our museum. And again, the same problems. I'm sorry for the photographs here. They are very bad quality, but simply otherwise I could not show the exhibition. But the space is huge. It's 2,000 meters. In Amsterdam. And we decided to give to the exhibition many huge murals, many huge pieces, also complementary pieces from Sogdiana, combine all pieces, all themes that can be read on the Silk Route. And so I'm just showing to you the slides, and you can see the screen was, I don't know, 10 meters high. So this is the enlarged fragment of the silver bowl. And you see the same mural from Varaksha, the red one, how small it is compared to this screen. But it was really attractive. The exhibition was a great success. So you can see us curators there and the scale of the exhibition according to the people, and we could show all kinds of questions again that arise when we speak about the Silk Route in chronology, in subjects, in spreading of the religion, all from our collection. So just listing the well, of course, sometimes we are, again, very rich and very lucky. We can compare these bowls, 3 different places of finds. And one is with us, one is in China, and one is was found in the Sheprok in Beiletun. So all that is, well, our work. And all that is a question, and I think with all our efforts, we can answer too many mysterious questions. Thank you.